Welcome to this presentation on community sites in SharePoint. We will start by asking, what is a community? Well, a community is groups of people who share a concern or passion for something they do, and they learn how to do it better as they interact regularly. Well, why communities? Well, communities help reduce the friction in organization. They make companies more adaptable. Whether formal or informal, communities help break down silos and encourage the free flow of knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it. Communities drive engaged employees, increased innovation, better communication, and an improved customer experience. What is a community site? Well, a community site in SharePoint is a new site template that provides a forum experience in the SharePoint environment. We use communities to categorize and cultivate discussions amongst a broad group of people across organizations within a company. Communities promote open communication and information exchange by enabling people to share their expertise and seek help from others who have knowledge in specific areas of interest. Communities use categories to organize discussions. Visitors can view the discussions and become members of the community if they want to contribute to those discussions. Moderators manage the community by setting rules, reviewing and addressing inappropriate posts, marking interesting content as featured discussions, and so on. Moderators can also assign gifted badges to specific members to visually indicate that the member is recognized as a specific kind of contributor in the community, such as an expert or a moderator. Each community contains information about member and content reputation, which members can earn when they actively post in discussions, and when their content is liked, replied to, or marked as a best answer. Community sites benefits. All users who have access to the community, whether through membership or visitor permissions, can view the information in discussions. By using email distribution list, only members of that list can benefit from the discussions. Communities are much more permanent and contain history of any posts and replies in discussions before a user has even joined the community. In contrast, when a user joins a distribution list, they receive email only from the point that they joined the list. Communities help collect and organize intellectual property that is otherwise undiscoverable or difficult to find unless you're part of a distribution list. By using distribution lists, there is no method to categorize email messages, and search of the email messages only returns results within the member's own folders. Communities encourage and reward members for participation by building reputation points for posting, replying, and receiving likes and best answers. Communities have built-in moderation functionality that helps keep the community active and appropriate to the enterprise needs. Anyone can join a community. By default, all members have view access. Participation requires membership approval. The user must request to join the community. Auto approval can be set up to automatically approve user requests to join. A community built on the concepts of discussions, likes, ratings, badges, and reputations. Each community site is self-contained. That means all community information is stored locally in lists in the community, and each site has its own members. Here's an example of the LCBO Exchange community. The community is a place to ask questions and participate in discussions about the LCBO Exchange stories and other related work topics. It is also a place to exchange ideas on new topics and issues. We've already seen some great participation and feedback, especially amongst our LCBO retail stores. Here we have the welcome section. This is an open area of the page with some default text that suggests what the content the community owner should provide. It can also contain images and additional web parts if the owner of the community so chooses. This is the conversations area, so this provides a top-level summary of the activity in the community. It is present on the community homepage as well as on the About page. The part displays three pieces of information: the total number of members, the total number of topics, so that's root level discussions across all categories, and the total number of replies to all topics across all categories. The what's happening section is basically a high level synopsis of the number of members in the community, the number of discussions, and the number of replies in the community. And this bottom section is called top contributors, and basically it's about members and reputations. It shows the current top contributors in the community and their community ranking. Communities encourage and reward members for participation by building reputation points for posting, replying, and receiving likes and best answers. Communities have a built-in moderation functionality that helps keep the community active and appropriate to the enterprise needs. Community categories. SharePoint creates automatic views for all categories within a community. And when you feature a discussion or name it as a best reply, the only way to see that is from the category view. Categories provide a way to focus conversations in the community. They're set up by the moderator or the owner of the site. Each term can have a category name, so that's usually 1 to 2 words. It can have an image, which is stored in the site assets of the actual community, and a description. So this is a short phrase that explains the focus of that community. Posting to a community site is easy. There's really no training required, except for new concepts like hashtags and mentions. These are terms used in social media. A mention is where you easily reference other users' posts or replies by typing the @ before their name. Mentioned users will see this post and be notified based upon their configured alerts in SharePoint. Hashtags is a way of tagging a conversation or posting a reply with the appropriate keywords using the hashtag symbol before the word. This is common in such social media applications as Twitter and Facebook. Every post can be edited or deleted by the original owner as well as the community owners. Every member of the community can report a post to the moderator if the setting has been enabled. Marking a post as featured. Once marked, a specific post will render at the top of its category. Community administrators or moderators can set featured posts within the community. Conversations and replies. Well, a conversation can have 0 or multiple replies. Replies can happen for the main topic or for other replies as well, which is really replies of replies. A reply can be reported to a moderator. Community moderators can also delete or edit a reply. A list of replies for specific topic or questions can be sorted based on the time, usually oldest versus newest, or based on the number of likes within the community. A best reply bubbles up in a specific reply and it shows up as the first reply in the actual discussion thread. Community administrators and moderators can set best reply on any reply to post. Regular members can mark a reply as best reply if they recreated the original discussion post. Notifications. Notifications are feed notifications are sent to followers when you join a community, when you achieve a new level within the community, you create a new post or reply, your reply is marked as a best reply by others, or you like or you rate a reply or a post within the community. Email notifications are sent to you when somebody replies to your post. Ratings models and settings. Well, the owners of the can enable the ratings on a community. The ratings can be set up like a star or like system. When you have your mouse hovering over the rating, it provides quick information at a glance as to who rated you, the value of the rate, and a visual representation for your likes. Tracking your reputation. People reputation is impacted by activities like creating posts, adding replies, etc. Reputation is per community only, so the reputation in one community does not affect it in another community. The reputation model cannot be directly extended. Community owners, they control points for each activity within the community. Community badges. You can get a badge within a community, and typically there are 2 types of badges in a community. You can have an achieved badge, so this is gained by people from collecting points for performing specific activities, or they're gifted badges, and these can be assigned by community owners. Earning badges. Administrators can also configure the point thresholds required to achieve reputation rankings. Once a member reaches a specific level within the community, they receive a badge that shows their achievement goals reached. Achieved badges can be displayed as a ranking level or text. Here we can see that the level 1 rating is a rookie, is given the badge of rookie. Level 2 is set as an advanced rookie. Level 3 is set as a contributor. Level 4 is set as an advanced contributor. And level 5 is a superstar. To achieve level 1, you must have more than 0 points. Level 2 requires more than 100 points. Level 3 more than 500 points. Level 4 more than 2,500 points, and level 5 at more than 10,000 points. These levels, though, can be set by the community administrator, so these are not hard-coded. Gifted badges. Gifted badges is a great way for community owners to push recognition to community members. It's not achieved by members, but rather it's assigned by community owners. A list of gifted badges can be managed to add or remove badges. Gifted badges are shown in the people status with a specific icon to highlight the badge. So for example, this member in this particular community has been gifted a badge of expert. Community members and my membership. The members list displays all members, their rank, and various metrics about them. People can also see their status and what is needed to move to the next level of the reputation, or they can leave or unjoin the community. So for example, in our own LCBO Exchange community, we can see that these are some of the members of the group, and you can see how many discussions they've replied to, initiated, how many replies, if they've had any best replies, and when they've joined the community. When looking at my own status, my own membership, I can see that I have a reputation score of 90 within the community. I've created one discussion and I've posted 3 replies. None of my replies have made a best reply yet. And SharePoint is telling me that I need to earn 10 more points to move up to the next level of achievement within the community. Report to moderator. Report to moderator allows members to report any post. This could be a reply or a discussion to the moderator. Reports with comments are stored in a hidden list. Members are notified in real time of their reported activity. Moderators can then decide to delete, edit, or remove the report. Search. Contextual search in the community site is set up for each community. Search results provide community and members information. It provides a custom display template, and search results are contextualized to the actual community site itself. Community sites permissions. There are various levels of permissions within a community site. So the standard SharePoint members group is automatically given the level of contribute. So that means that members can view, add, update, and delete lists and documents. The only exception is members can only read the categories of members list items in the site pages. Moderators in the community are given the permission level of moderate. So this means that moderators can view, add, update, delete, and moderate list items and documents within the community. Owners has full control within the community site, so they have all power. And standard visitors have read-only access to the community site. So visitors can view pages and list items and download documents within the community. What is a community portal? Well, a community portal displays a directory of all the community sites within the organization. It's a starting point for communities, where they are and what they are and how to join them. A community portal uses search to populate the list of existing communities. There's a slight time lag between the time a new community gets created and when it shows up in the portal. This provides the ability to search for actual communities within the portal. A community portal aggregates all communities, so it sorts by popularity, which includes membership, recent activity, and age. It is also security trimmed, so it displays communities based upon the user's permissions or what you have access to. This is an example of the LCBO Exchange community portal. Currently, only 4 communities exist in the portal. The LCBO Exchange, this is the most active community to date. The LCBO IT community, Ask Bob, and Giving Back. Each community contains information about member and content reputation, which members earn when they actively post in discussions and when their content is liked, replied to, or marked as a best answer. Each community site is self-contained. All information is stored in local lists within the community. Going forward, community sites tend to be more successful if they're aligned with existing business communities. Larger audiences are helpful. Communities are most successful with careful cultivation and nurturing by a committed moderator. Communities are integrated within SharePoint with search, documents, and with the news feed, which includes hashtags and mentions, work in discussions just like the news feed. You have to remember if you have too many communities, it's hard to figure out where to go to actually have a conversation. So we need to be cognizant of the fact of how many community sites we create. It's important to know that we have to understand how people work within the LCBO. If we're in an email driven culture, we need to encourage people to set up alerts on the discussion list in the communities in which they are a member, or they connect their community discussion lists to Outlook. Also going forward, moderators are a definite must within a community. You need to have somebody to monitor the content. Also, you need to set up some sort of posting guidelines or rules. They are a must, and that should be done right into the introduction to the community. It's important to remember that communities will evolve over time. They will change. One thing to consider is we need to set up some form of governance within the community. So we need to ask ourselves, what else will community members do besides discussions? Will they share documents? Will they collaborate on documents, on projects or calendars? And lastly, we need to remember is how does the community recruit or train new moderators? Going forward, communities are best built around existing real-world groups to start. So this could be product or project collaboration, meeting collaboration, discipline or trade, or even existing teams. Some great ideas for community sites at the LCBO could include employee feedback, the LCB Exchange, which is already in a community, new employees onboarding or orientation, employee recognition, store support, brand ambassadors, so that includes wine, spirits, beer, or WOW leaders. Thank you very much for attending this session on community sites in SharePoint. We look forward to hearing from you in the future.